This is one of how many warehouses that you have?
5. You can see how he spent his money and some of what made up his extravagant lifestyle in this California warehouse.
This is one of the safes that we have, and
Karen Langford showed us some of the more valuable items, which are kept in the...
For years, Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch has been one of the most talked about places in pop culture. But the real mystery was never the amusement park rides or the fairy tale image on the outside. It was what he kept hidden behind locked doors, inside secret rooms, and deep inside private warehouses that almost nobody ever got to see. And once those spaces started being opened and documented, people realized this was not just a celebrity estate. It was a time capsule of Michael Jackson's mind, his obsessions, his childhood fantasies, and some of the strangest things he ever surrounded himself with. So, today we are going inside Michael Jackson's secret Neverland vault. And what was found in there is even more shocking than people expected, because Neverland was never just a house. It was Michael Jackson's 2,700-acre fantasy world in Los Olivos, California, a property he bought in 1988 and transformed into a personal entertainment complex with a Ferris wheel, a movie theater, a petting zoo, a life-size train, and all the strange little details that made it feel more like a private theme park than a ranch. He paid $17 million for it, then spent years reshaping it into a retreat inspired by Peter Pan's Neverland, the place where a boy never grows up. That name was not accidental. Neverland was built to feel magical, but it also had a locked-off quality that made people wonder what was hidden behind all the beauty. Reuters photographed the property in 2009 and captured details that still look surreal today. There was the kitchen in the main house, the copper bathtub, the master bathroom, the statues around the grounds, the pond behind the house, the banquet table, the train station, and even an oak tree platform where Michael Jackson would sit and write songs. The whole estate looked like a mix of fairy tale and museum, with every object seemingly chosen to tell you something about the man who lived there.
Is there any rooms here or anything?
There's another closet here.
There's another closet? Whose office is this?
That's his office.
Huh?
This is his office.
This is Michael's?
That's his office.
Does he have anything else as a closet or anything?
It's a closet. Not yet, but I have the key on my room.
But the part that really pulls people in is the secret room. Reuters' Neverland photo archive shows the interior of a small secret room in the main house, and the description alone is enough to make your brain start filling in blanks. It was used to store valuable items. It was hidden inside the house, and the image showed that the space was not casually accessible. Nearby reporting and images from that same archive showed the kind of controlled environment Neverland was known for, where private spaces stayed private and the public was kept at a distance. That one room has become one of the most talked about pieces of the entire estate because it feels like the physical embodiment of Jackson's need to keep part of his life sealed away.
This might be it. Downstairs.
Okay, I'll look downstairs.
Downstairs. No. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Over here. Did you see a jukebox? Okay.
There it is.
Oh. Well, there's also a door. More than I am.
You guys going to film before you go down it?
Change them later.
Okay,
You know
but
that
we
you
need to
change
have them now.
What is the
Okay.
Okay, but what was that? You did it too fast.
What's the code?
What's the code? 1, slow, 0.
We'll get that later from you. Are there any secret rooms that we can't see? Okay.
That's only
Do you know where the other ones are? The secret rooms?
secret room.
Yeah, behind a wall or something like that or anything like that? No,
Just
only
the
behind
library.
doors.
Just the
Just
video
the
library.
Okay.
What about the showing down there?
Okay. That's a video library. She's going to have to get the keys.
And then you get to the warehouses, which may be even more revealing than the house itself. In 2013, 60 Minutes was granted access to one of Michael Jackson's 5 secret warehouses, and Vanity Fair's coverage of that segment described row after row of Jackson's effects, all packed into a hidden storage space.
Wow. Neverland. That's the actual sign from Neverland?
that is the actual sign from Neverland that was over the gates.
Karen Langford was friends with Michael Jackson and worked with him from 1981 until his death. She's now the archivist for the Jackson estate. There are rows and rows, floor to ceiling, of Jackson's possessions, most of it never seen publicly since...
One of the most shocking things found in that warehouse was a handwritten manifesto Jackson wrote when he was 21 years old on the back of a 1979 tour itinerary. In it, He vowed to create a whole new character that would shock the world. He wrote that he would do no interviews, that he would be magic, that he would be a perfectionist, a researcher, and a master. That note is one of the clearest windows into how deliberate he was about building his public image. This was not an accident. He was designing a persona as carefully as he was designing the estate around him.
Hey, what do you have here, Karen?
And this is Michael's handwriting.
And how old was he when he wrote this?
He would have been 21.
21 years old.
He wrote a manifesto to himself, scribbled on the back of a tour itinerary in 1979 that described his mission statement for what he wanted to become.
The document reads, MJ will be my new name. No more Michael Jackson. I want a whole new character, a whole new look. I should be a totally different person.
He talks about that he will need to study and look back on the whole world of entertainment. He really thought about the fact that he needed to change how people perceived him from his days on Motown and as a member of the Jackson 5 and the Jackson Brothers.
One of the things that I discovered is that it was very hard to get a sense of who Michael Jackson was by the end.
Then there was the letter he wrote after Motown 25, which may be even more telling. Jackson had just delivered the legendary Billie Jean performance, the one where he debuted the moonwalk on national television. And yet, he still criticized himself because after the big spin, he did not stay on his toes long enough. Think about that for a second. The world saw history. Michael saw a tiny imperfection. That obsessive eye for detail explains so much about the world he built around himself. It explains the secret room. It explains the warehouses. It explains why nothing at Neverland ever felt simple.
This warehouse is 20,000 square feet. Every inch of it is full. There are antiques and video games from Neverland Ranch. His Grammys.
Best R&B vocal performance, male, 1983, Billie Jean.
And 30 years of cars he never wanted to get rid of.
Are these all Michael's cars?
These are some of them.
Some of them?
Some of them.
More cars.
More cars.
There's another Rolls Royce.
Yeah, well, there's a few.
Did he drive any of these cars?
He did drive on occasion.
Late in his life, Michael Jackson financed much of his lifestyle by routinely borrowing against his assets. But it wasn't these personal belongings that he used as collateral. Although the copyright value of his own songs was worth well in excess of $100 million, the crown jewel of his investment strategy was his portfolio of other people's songs.
And the warehouse contents only make that feeling stronger. The items Vanity Fair described included a blimp prop from the Leave Me Alone video, at least 3 Rolls Royces, rows of arcade games, a child-sized car with Michael Jackson and a Peter Pan costume on the hood, Grammys, a sketch for a military-style jacket, a vintage carousel horse from Elizabeth Taylor, several life-size statues of children, and a bespoke Cinderella diorama made for Jackson by Disney. That is not just clutter. That is the life of a man who wanted to keep childhood, fame, fantasy, and art all in the same room. It is no wonder people look at these warehouses and feel like they are staring straight into his brain.
What is this?
One of the props from the Leave Me Alone video.
Since his death, it's been organized by Karen Langford, the archivist.
Well, there was 8 Grammys that he won that year.
To my knowledge, 60 Minutes is the only news organization that's had this kind of extensive tour. Give me a cutaway of this.
Yeah.
That's him as Peter Pan?
Now, to keep this
honest, there is an important line to draw between what was documented and what was alleged. Over the years, people have made all kinds of claims about Neverland, including hidden bedrooms, warning systems, secret passages, and other features that they say were used to avoid detection. Those claims are part of broader abuse allegations and should be treated as allegations, not as proof just because the ranch had a secret room or a locked storage space.
Because under this siege of accusations and stardom, the real Michael Jackson kind of disappeared. I was hungry for a sense of who Michael Jackson was as a person, and what could be more personal than something he wrote like that when he was so young. I should be a new, incredible actor, singer, dancer that will shock the world. I will do no interviews. I will be magic. I will be a perfectionist, a researcher, a trainer, a master. I will be better than every great actor roped into one.
He didn't have small goals for himself.
No, he's an underachiever, clearly.
Very, very much so.
It's not unusual for young artists, musicians, actors to daydream about how big a star they want to become, but for someone to write it down at age 21 and actually execute it almost to the T is remarkable.
What is factually documented is the existence of the secret room, the warehouses, and the many controlled spaces around the estate. The darker theories attached to them are part of the estate's reputation, but they're not the same thing as verified architecture.
But for someone to write it down at age 21 and actually execute it almost to the T is remarkable.
What is factually documented is the existence of the secret room, the warehouses, and the many controlled spaces around the estate. The darker theories attached to them are part of the estate's reputation, but they are not the same thing as verified architecture.
Michael Jackson, personal clothing.
This is what he wore.
There's that famous jacket.
There it is.
Wow.
Karen Langford showed us some of the more valuable items, which are kept in this safe, like this sequined glove he wore while on tour. It's estimated to be worth over $80,000 at auction.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
Gently.
Gently.
Wow, it's kind of heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
That distinction
matters because it is easy for a place like Neverland to become a projection screen. Fans saw wonder. Critics saw secrecy. The press saw controversy. And the public saw a house that was so visually strange it almost invited mystery. Recent reporting from SF Gate says the ranch has had rehabilitation work done on outbuildings and rides, and that a recent film shoot brought new life to the property. The current fascination comes from that filming. People magazine reported that the Michael biopic used Neverland as a real location and that filmmakers worked with the current owners to revamp the property, including adding a petting zoo and dressing it up for the movie. Miles Teller also said they filmed there and dressed it up, which means the ranch was literally transformed again for the camera. That is wild on its own. A place that once symbolized Jackson's private fantasy was pulled back into service as a film set about his life, and that has only made the old vault-like mystery feel more alive. And the ownership story adds one more layer. Reuters reported that Neverland was sold in 2020 to billionaire Ron Burkle, a former family friend of Jackson, for $22 million. The ranch had been renamed Sycamore Valley Ranch by then, and the sale price was a massive drop from the $100 million asking price listed in 2015. That tells you everything about how much the estate changed after Jackson's death. What had once been one of the most famous private properties in America became a bargain buy, a land banking opportunity, and a controversial piece of celebrity history with a new owner and a new purpose. What is especially eerie is how much of the old Neverland still exists in these archive photos, even after remodeling. The kitchen, the chandelier hanging over the lofted entryway, the master bath, the copper tub, the statues near the main house, the pond behind the home, the oak tree platform where he wrote songs, the train station. These are not random luxury touches. Together, they make the house feel like a personal world built to mirror a fantasy instead of a conventional life. That is why every photo from the estate feels like a clue. Each room tells you what Jackson wanted to surround himself with, and maybe what he did not want to face outside those walls.
That I was told was located right here was of a butler with a tray with cookies on it, so he would welcome people in that way. At the other end of the foyer down here, there was a huge clock, a two-sided marble clock that was so heavy that workers had to come here to Neverland Ranch and actually reinforce the floor here so that that clock would not fall through to the basement below. Now, from the foyer, we can take a couple of steps down into the main living room. This was filled with couches and chairs and rugs, and in this corner here there was a grand piano. On the top of the grand piano there were dozens of photographs, framed photographs of Michael and his family members.
And if you step back, the whole thing starts to look less like a vault and more like a self-contained universe. One room for valuables, 5 hidden warehouses for effects, a house that mixed domestic spaces with theater, like spectacle. Grounds designed to entertain children and shield the owner from the outside world. A manifesto that promised reinvention. A letter that showed perfectionism at work. Objects that blurred the line between childhood, wealth, and performance. That is why the Neverland mystery never really goes away. It keeps giving people more layers to sort through.
And stepping into Michael Jackson's private master bedroom suite. I just want to show you on the wall a security code panel so that Michael could push this to enter this area, or anyone else who would have access to this area would push this. Michael could find out who was coming to see him. He had one of those security peepholes in the door so he could tell who was knocking or who was delivering something. You step down. Michael Jackson had a 2-story bedroom. This is the main floor of it. This was the sitting area. It had couches and chairs in here, a beautiful tile fireplace that he loved to use. Again, you don't see anything on the wall here, but you can tell by the wiring on the floor here, this was the media wall here. There was a huge flat screen TV here and a stereo system. Obviously a place that was filled with music whenever Michael was here. Let's go into the bathroom, and it's a big master bathroom. Picture it with the mirrors and the towels. They're all gone now, but over in this corner there's a beautiful bathtub, a jacuzzi bathtub that overlooked a walled-in patio area here that had a couple of fountains and pools out here. The king of pop needed a lot of clothes, and boy did he have a closet. This is a full cedar closet. All of his clothes would have been hanging here, the folded items on these shelves, and I want to show you something that is really somewhat special and interesting. If you look at these cabinets up here and then you open this cabinet here, you see another security panel, code panel here. If you push the right code on that panel, it unlocks. Now keep in mind, there would be clothing hanging here, so this would be covered. Triple locks on this wall here, and it reveals a secret section of this closet.
And that is why
Neverland still shocks people. Because once you move past the myths, there is still enough reality left to be unsettling. A hidden room with a security panel and deadbolts. Warehouses full of strange, beautiful, obsessive keepsakes. A songwriting oak tree platform. A property that was once a playground and later became a puzzle. A ranch now privately owned by Ron Burkle, but still carrying Michael Jackson's shadow everywhere you look. Some places are just homes. Neverland was never one of them. It was a locked world that keeps giving up pieces of itself, one room at a time.
Tell us what led to the creation of Neverland. I mean, specifically the place. There's two Neverlands. There's three. There's the Peter Pan's Neverland, there's the Neverland in Michael Jackson's mind, and then there's the physical place that you created up there that I visited you when you brought up all the inner city children. Why did you create that place?
I created Neverland as a home for myself and my children. And it was created simply, it was almost it was done subconsciously. Like I said earlier, where can I go? I mean, it's hard. I've tried to go as myself, and I've had policemen actually tell me, put on a disguise and give me an autograph from my wife, whatever. But they tell me, why are you out here like this with no security? So, and there's like fans everywhere, so I can't do it. I do it sometime, but it's very difficult.
I will always love it, and I will never, ever sell Neverland. Neverland is me, you know. It represents the totality of who I am. It really does. I love Neverland.
Okay, here we go on 3. Wait, don't cheat.
Ready?
No, but your hands gotta be inside the pocket, man.
No.
I'm gonna beat you.
Ready?
Are we ready?
Wait, no, not ready. Ready? No.
I'm crazy for doing this. Okay, no, you gotta stretch it. Mac, you gotta.
Whoa. I'm not doing the Superman. Ready? Get set, go.
You cheater!
He cheats a lot. But he's fun. He loves to have fun.
And it took a lot of body coordination and a lot of confidence, courage, and belief.
That's my cousin Elijah. Just pushed me in the pool. That's Levon, my other cousin, in the red.
No!
I dried off. They pushed me right back in.
So now I want to know what you think. What do you think was the strangest thing found inside Neverland? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next.